out of 10.
6 out of 10? Yeah.
Because like the total is kind of falling apart.
And 3 years ago, me and my mom had to have a hard conversation because I would revamp my entire life to please her, to please my brother, to please my sister. And it went on, and it's been happening since I was a kid because I was the one overlooked. So I'd say dig deep and find out why you let them do what you're doing and what it is that you're trying to get from them, whether it's approval or anything else. And once you figure out what it is that why you're allowing this to happen, then you can begin to set boundaries. And it's hard. It's still hard for me today. It's hard. But you have to know I have a life. I was placed on this earth for a purpose, and it's not to please you guys. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So every time they go to manipulate you, remember, that's a form of witchcraft. You're not going to trick me into doing whatever you want me to do because you made bad choices for yourself. And even when you need help, everybody needs help. I would say, this is what I have to do. Write down a list of 15 people you have. And then say, if I ask this person, what's the outcome? If I ask this person, what's the outcome? If I ask this person, what's the outcome? And sometimes the least person we want to ask is the one person that will give us the least problems. It's just that we're not used to saying we're used to going to what we know. And so to come out of that, you have to find out why you go to what you know. What is it that you want from them? Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sitting there like, don't be nosy. But you're sitting there like, this is bothering me so bad.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right. Thank you for that advice. That is really strong advice. That is.
Because you
That
remind
is
me,
so
I'm like
powerful.
almost in tears because you remind me of my husband.
Dude.
Like he used to be like, babe, like if one more thing happened, and he's the nicest person in the world, but he just used to sit there and watch me cry
That
and
is
watch
exactly
me whine
what
and go through it. And he, I'm telling you, I used to tell him, it's like, you wouldn't hurt a fly. He was like, no, I'll just let it go, which he actually do. I just let him go. But it would frustrate him watching what they were doing to me. And then our debates would be about what my family is doing to me, which is now affecting a relationship I'm trying to build for the rest of my life. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what your future plan is. If you don't handle it now, you do take it into your marriage.
Yeah.
You do. You take it with you forever. Because I'm gonna just say him. If you end up with him forever, he's forever going to have to be a bodyguard because you're still trying to allow them to be this person. My family can't stand my husband, but they won't tell me. They won't tell me because they know he gonna say something.
He used to not like me. He used to not like me.
And that's okay. My dad is the most that they didn't have to go through you to get to her.
Yeah, and my family's just like, he's your bodyguard, like literally. Like I tell him like he won't stand for that.
Yep, that's our life. It's a beautiful thing.
No.
And you don't want to lose it to family. Trust me, you don't want to lose it to family. Don't. If this is the best thing that's ever happened to you, you don't want to lose it to family. I'm telling you. Because my family came this close to ruining my marriage. So I say, figure it out. Why do you let them do what they do? What is it that growing up that you were looking for, or pulling from, or whatever it may be, who did so much for you that now you feel obligated? Because love should never be an obligation. It should be a choice. So you should be helping whoever you're helping because you want to, because you choose to, not because out of obligation. That makes it manipulation. Because now they're like, well, you have to do this for me because I did X, Y, and Z. No, you're forcing me to do what I don't want to do. Let me choose to help you. Let me choose to be around you. Let me choose to want to spend time with you. Let me choose to love you. If I don't have that choice, now you're stepping into my territory. And that's where you have to begin. You have to begin to know, find out what it is, and then find your own self-worth and be like, this is not happening. I love you, but we can also love you from a distance. I love you. We can put boundaries, and that can still. I don't know what your spiritual beliefs is. My mother is queen manipulator. I love her, but she will quickly say, "I grew up Christian, right?" So she would say to me, "The Bible says honor your mother and father, such and such." And I had to learn honoring you does not mean tolerating your foolishness. It means I won't disrespect you verbally and stuff like that, but I can still have boundaries.
Yeah.
I can still have space. So though you want to throw a Bible at me, that don't count. Because you're not going to use it in the correct context. You know? So yeah, you just gotta set. Is he gonna put you up?
He will call the cops on me. Or he will start calling people to call me.
Or
and
just-
it gets annoying.
Or just hold her accountable of stuff.
See, listen, there's this thing I think y'all heard before. It's called sometimes you gotta ask forgiveness before permission. And if you know what you guys are trying to do is build your walk with God, that has to become priority. Either way. So even if you got to leave a little bit early from Bible study and go, you don't not go. Because the one foundation you want in your marriage and whatever I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna say marriage, is you want Christ at the center. So yes, you're in a rocky situation and you don't want to be disrespectful, but it has to be, how about not telling you you're going to church? Because that might be a trigger. How about just being like, hey, I'm gonna go here, right? I'm gonna go spend some time with friends. So, church is a body, a community of friends, so that you're not lying. But what if that's the trigger? The fact that does he go to church? What if that might be the trigger?
They don't go to church
And that might
whatsoever.
be the trigger. That is a serious thing. You have to break it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it hurts, and you will get banned from family. Not banned, but not forgotten to be invited to family functions. They happen to me just this Thanksgiving, but you have to decide what you want for yourself.
Yeah. And I know what I want, but he doesn't accept it.
And you won't because of culture.
Yeah.
Like there's some things, like I tell my husband's white, and he was like, babe, I don't get your family. I said, I'm being honest with you, it's culture things. I said, and in black families, you are secondary. I said, that's just that. And because he was like, because I said, no, all extra people are secondary. We are supposed to still take care of our mamas, our daddies, our aunties, our grandmas, everybody else. We're supposed to. That's what we're expected to.
Exactly.
So,